Welcome to Policing with Difference. Previously, I gave an overview of problems. Today, I probe problems with policing. Misogyny, racism, sexism, homophobia, and all hatred has to be expunged from police services. But this is not achieved by simply diverting attention to the good work done by conscientious police officers who don't display those awful traits. We know that there are many good police officers. They also know too well how hard it is as they try to get the job done. However, their task is made that much more difficult, if not impossible, as public confidence ebbs. It's important to monitor the impact and effects of harsh criticism on serving personnel. Lambasting police officers because of genuine human errors is pointless. However, it's important to reflect also on organised police corruption, abuse of powers, avoidable deaths following police contact, discriminatory behaviour, and the effects of these over many decades. To make discussion more manageable, let's narrow the field to focus on instances of race discrimination by police officers. For example, in the 1960s, there were police operations in Brixton, the result of which produced a report in 1966 named after those terrible tactics. Or the 1970s and 1980s, the Black Watch patrols in Notting Hill. Now, these two examples are both London-based. However, similar occurred across the country. There exists a modern-day veil. It is a comprehensive failure to focus sufficiently on those young migrants of the 1950s and 1960s. They are the grandparents and the great-grandparents of today's younger society. Reflective conversations with members of that older generation describes the hurt and strength of feelings that remain. It is indicative, at least in part, of the nature of information that has transferred to subsequent generations. It is difficult to overstate the extent of hostility and the degree to which some police officers lacked objectivity and were complicit. Those misdeeds resonate far beyond individuals who interacted with police in past years. The effects have permeated communities and spanned generations. As a direct result, some of today's generations carry disdain for police. This is a major understatement. Fortunately, there are always exceptions. And one example is Leroy Logan. Assaults on his father by 2 police officers didn't deter him from a 30-year successful policing career. Present-day serving police officers, from newest recruit to chief constable or commissioner, depending on the organisation, and we shouldn't overlook police and crime commissioners. If you proceed on the basis that the past is the past, or we need to draw a line, or alternative, we simply need to move on, this demonstrates inability to grasp not just the scale of the problem, but the nature of some communities. Of course, there is little benefit dwelling or languishing on history, but police officers berating communities to change is futile. The police are the paid and trained professionals, and the police collectively with other partner agencies are the start point to bring about effective, demonstrable change. Feedback is a useful tool. In fact, it's essential for progress. Hostile abuse, of course, is not beneficial. And here we have 2 concepts: anti-police and pro-police. They are separate sides of the same spurious coin. Anti-policers claim the police can do nothing right, countered by pro-policers, and they're adamant the police can do nothing wrong. Both stances are seriously misguided. Policing is a demanding role, often performed in extreme environments. Abuse or assaults on police officers is never justified. A national campaign by the Police Federation resulted in legislation to appropriately punish criminals. Parity and similar drives for all people in all communities will go far in enhancing policing standards. See you next time.